Hi everyone, good morning or good evening. This is Vikram. As part of our last video, I explained how we can create MCP servers, what is exactly an MCP server, what how we can use it, how we can leverage it, how we can create MCP clients, how we can consume the MCP servers, how we can enable those tools to your AI agents using MCP servers. We have gone through all that part. Now, as part of this video, I'm going to show you how we can add the MCP servers which are already in the marketplace, the powerful MCP servers, how we can use those MCP servers, add it to a VS Code, which is our client. And with the help of GitHub Copilot agent mode, how you can query these MCP using these MCP tools, how you can manage your GitHub repositories, query Azure services, and query Microsoft official docs for commands or for code recommendations, and how you can do everything without leaving your VS Code editor. Let's see that in action. So this is the agenda for today. As I've said, part one we have covered MCP servers. In the part two, now we're going to see how we can add MCP servers. First, I'm going to talk quickly about different MCP servers that we're going to use today. One is GitHub MCP server. As you can see, the GitHub MCP servers connect AI tools. I don't want to make up my own sentences. This is there in GitHub. I'm going to read it out. So this gives AI agents, assistants, and the clients like VS Code, Claude, or Cursor, right, to read the repositories, to query what are the open issues, to create PRs, to create branches and create PRs. You can ask what are the vulnerabilities that are detected in your GitHub repository. You can get the security related issues that were tagged in your repository. You can create PRs, and you can manage workflows using the GitHub MCP server, right? Now we are going to use a GitHub remote MCP server, which means that we don't have to run that locally. You just have to add it to your VS Code editor, and just you can use it using VS Code and GitHub Copilot agent, right? So let's quickly click onto the VS Code editor. So this is the VS Code editor we'll be using across our demos. And in this video, we are going to see how we can. I'm going to open a new chat here, right? And if you go to extensions, we can see we should be able to see all the MCP servers that are there. Already I have an MCP server here, right? I'm going to uninstall this MCP server. We are going to see the process right from starting, right? So as you are already aware, GitHub Copilot, right, is your AI pair programmer that works along with you in the editor. It helps you to write code, it helps you to correct the code, it helps you to write unit test cases, run the unit test cases. And there are different modes in GitHub Copilot: ask, edit, and agent mode. I'm not going to cover these topics because this is not a GitHub Copilot session, but I'm going to explain briefly. GitHub Copilot Ask mode is the first initial mode that was launched where you can ask queries to GitHub Copilot, select a code, and say, okay, how I can improvise this code, or how I can add authentication to this code, how I can add a unit test to this code. Ask mode generally gives you suggestions for your selected code in your in the editor itself. It won't make changes to the code directly, right? Edit mode is an improvised version of ask where you can say, hey, can you update these files with this code? So it updates the files whatever you have selected without, and it will ask for your approval before even approving the changes, right? End agent mode is more advanced where it can traverse your workspace and it can read through your code. You don't have to tell him my login code is in this page, can you add OAuth implementation to my API? No. Or my this is the UI, my login button is in this UI page, I have to change the color of my login button, background color. You don't have to tell specifically where is that code. You can just say update my login button background to black or green, right? So it traverses through your workspace. It find out where is that login code and make changes to you in the real time. So that is a agent mode is powerful. So today we are going to use this agent mode, right? So Yeah, this is all about GitHub Copilot agent mode, and you can see I have different models access. This is my organization, models subscription GitHub Copilot subscription I've been using. So I can see different models that are available here. I have Claude; these are very powerful models, and these are GPT models. So I'll be using GPT 4.1 model for simplicity, and you can see these are the tools that are available to GitHub Copilot, right? So there is no MCP server. I didn't select any MCP server. So now we're going to see quickly how we can, add this GitHub MCP server to our VS Code and query the GitHub, right? So you can just go to Control Shift P MCP add servers. There are different ways where you can do it. So I can say browse MCP servers. There are no MCP servers. So if you click on browse MCP servers, you can see these are all the MCP servers for the agent mode, right? Available in the marketplace. So you can use this MCP server. So you can install from here. So it installs for you. I'm going to use a different way to do it. So basically, you can install in the user settings or in your workspace settings. Basically, in your workspace you can create a .vs code and mcp.json file, and in that you can specify the servers here so that you can share this json file across with your development team, so you don't have to duplicate that. But if you want everything to be installed in your user settings, you can also do that. So let's do it in two different ways. I'm going to add the GitHub MCP server here. So I'm going to select OK. It is a remote HTTP MCP server, and I have the URL for the server. So I'm going to click on enter. I'll say GitHub hyphen MCP hyphen server, right? Enter. It's going to. This is what I've said previously. Global, all available in all workspaces. So it adds a setting in your settings.json file in your user settings. You go to the MCP, you should be able to see some MCP server settings here, but we are not adding it to the global. So we want to add it to the workspace. So what are we going to do? We're going to add server, go back again, MCP, enter GitHub hyphen MCP, right? Then I'll say I want this to, okay, I'll say click on trust. Fine. Right. So see my GitHub MCP server is running, but this is, not running locally. It is like, I say allow. So it is asking me to sign in an account for GitHub MCP to use. I'll say sign in another account. Okay, let me say I'll continue using this account. Okay. Okay, open the VS Code. Okay, this is running, right? So you can see here, I'll expand this. So the GitHub MCP server is running. Now I wanted to, yeah, now I wanted to show you what are the tools that are available. So you can see there are no tools selected, but you can see the MCP server, GitHub MCP servers got, the tools got added. So you can see whatever tools you select that will be available to your agent here, right? To your chat, basically. So I started a new chat, and let's start using MCP. When you have multiple tools configured over here, maybe the agent might get confused which tool to use. So for every command, you can add, you can tell which MCP server to use if it is not picking up the right tool, right? So now what I'm going to say is, get me the list of all repositories, all GitHub repositories, or I can say what is my GitHub username, right? Let's say. See, it is rightly using the GitHub MCP server. saying ran get my user profile. See, my GitHub username is this one, right? So I can say show me the list of repositories in my GitHub that I have access to. So we should see it is searching for the repositories. Yeah, yeah. I have two repositories that I have access to. So this is with the you can see with my username that got created. Okay. Are there any open issues in my GitHub Actions demo repository? And for each, it is going to for each call you make, it is going to figure out the right tools. See, it is saying there are no open issues. Can you create an issue for me? The title uh, had a sample workflow to add a sample workflow to deploy function app to Azure. Add the acceptance criteria and checklist. So now I didn't leave my editor. I'm just asking it up, like, create an issue for me with this title. I also told that please provide the acceptance criteria to for please provide the action checklist items you want to include. Use one reference. Yeah. Say stag GitHub MCP create an issue to update the workflows in the repo. So I'm going to say which repo I need GitHub Actions demo, right? So it takes some time. See, now it is actually going. Is I click on continue. So it should create an issue for me. Oh, it has been created. So it's saying it has been already created. So let's see, open it and see, right? So yeah, see, it has created an issue for me. It has created description, checklist is also created, and this is awesome, right? This is not assigned to anyone. I can say, okay, can you assign this issue to me, right? I'm just telling assign this to me. I'm not even specifying what is the username because GitHub Copilot is very powerful, right? Especially the agent mode, and the GitHub Copilot saves your conversation. So it takes your username and see it is said okay, it has been assigned to you. Uh, See, it has been assigned to me. Awesome. So this is just starting what we can do using GitHub Copilot and in agent mode and using GitHub MCP servers, right? GitHub MCP server is more powerful. You can create workflows, you can create PRs, you can review the PRs, you can say, hey, are there any security alerts in my repo GitHub Actions demo? GitHub Actions demo. So it's going to use one of the tools, and whenever it is trying to run, see, it is trying to get the list code scan alerts, list depend about alerts. I mean, sometimes if we don't have access, it might fail. You can say, yeah, code scanning is not enabled. See, it is saying code scanning is not enabled on this repository. So there are no security alerts because it is not enabled basically. So if you have it enabled, and you should be able to get all the reports. So basically, the idea of this video is to show the power of MCP servers, how you can integrate with the AI programming, pair programming tools like GitHub Copilot, and you can manage your GitHub repositories effectively. And if you're a manager, you want to review all the PRs that have been created, all the PRs that have been approved in pending, that have been rejected for a specific person. You can manage everything from you, for a developer, for a manager, for anyone who wants to effectively manage GitHub repositories without leaving their editor. GitHub MCP Server is most powerful tool.